Playing some Shogi. I made the game. Nice. Alright, what did I do here? Alright. Do you want me to explain anything to you? I know we played it quite a few times on here.
I think I got it.
Pawns only move and attack forward. Bishop's the same. Rook's the same, except they're printed a little different. This is only moves forward. The knight only has forward moves. King is normal. Crazy house rules, so you can drop pieces once you capture them. You can't double up your pawns when you drop them. I'm gonna put I think I'm supposed to take that, but I don't want to move afterwards. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do after this. Something with the bishop.
What, are you like into Shogi theory or something?
No, I mean, I guess I'm into it, but I don't know, like, I don't
What do
know.
you mean supposed to do? I don't understand.
I remember when you are supposed to take the bishop when that line opens up, because there's less openings, I would say, but maybe not less openings, but I kind of like it.
Did you get another bishop? Oh shit, that's right. Forgot you can put it back, like.
How did you? Alright. Oh.
You still planning to do a camping trip sometime?
Yeah, I didn't put it on the wrong diagonal. Yes. I messaged a few people about it, and they just said keep you posted. So.
What time are you thinking again?
The end of June.
Gotcha.
I put this bishop on the wrong diagonal. I was going for your rook.
Oh, that's funny.
Maybe that's why they checkered the board in chess.
Yeah, this board's kind of fucked up. Like, it's hard to tell what's going on.
Nah, I mean,
Especially for you to the other game. Obviously, if you grew up with this, it's not. But for me, it's kind of fucked up because I grew up with chess. Checker, it's probably just not the culture of the game, right? To use the dots. Is there an option to make it checker?
yeah. If you click the gear, I changed mine.
Oh shit, that helped so much, dude.
Did you change the pieces as well?
Yeah, I changed the pieces.
I did another whole stream with like 2 sets of vocal effects on, and I didn't realize it for a good 30 minutes because I didn't wear headphones.
You did what? For what? Sorry. What?
had a stream going for 30 minutes that had 2 sets of vocal effects, like an extreme reverb and then a strobe effect going on.
That's funny.
Yeah, look at your bishop. Look at that thing. That's where I wanted mine. That's where I wanted my bishop in the days.
This goes like a normal rook, or does it have something else?
Not until it promotes. And then a rook gains the power of moving 1 diagonally, and a bishop gains the power of moving 1 orthogonally. Or as I like to say it, they have the powers of the king and the bishop, or the king and the rook. But they both make sense to me. So yeah, with making some music stuff, I've kind of taken my shackles off of like, oh, I don't like this genre, or I wouldn't see myself as composing for that genre, and just like, I don't know, doing the fundamentals and then, you know, putting my own spice into it. Not necessarily, but
you were judging like what you want to get into or something.
I didn't see myself writing techno. I mean, not that that's like our main thing, but like
Techno is so easy to do because it's just there's so much synthesizer sounds.
yeah.
And I think we've just been culturally influenced to hear synthesizer sounds as like techno and EDM, and it's hard to get away from it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably a bad move. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I started doing like more synthy techno stuff in class. It's fun. I also found out I listen to people who really do that, and just don't want to do it. It's way too much work to go. Like, I would never want to do it seriously. I don't think it's just way too much work. I'm not that interested in it.
She said it's really easy.
It's easy to like do it, and that but to do it well. To do it well is like so intense, man. Like I'm more into like mixing art forms and like using like cultural meanings and stuff. Like trying to get into like sound itself and like.
What do you mean by the cultural meanings?
Just like more specifically, we all have cultural meanings in whatever we do, obviously, but more explicitly about manipulating that and like.
What's the cultural meaning behind a fart? That's the hard one. What's the cultural meaning behind a fart for given cultures?
That one, I think the cultural context around how the fart is accepted might be, but the fart in itself seems like a universal. But when that fart is like accepted in different social contexts is cultural, I'm sure.
Nice.
Like just the bodily function of a fart, I would say, is like probably universal, right? What can this dragon do? It can go side to side, right?
It's a bishop, but can also move 1 orthogonally.
Well, I'm all fucked. I'm gonna lose now. Okay, so yeah, do you agree with that or no?
I'd have to listen to that statement again.
Just about fart. Like the piece I'm doing right now is about an acting technique, and like I think that I'm ending up being interested in like language and how close it is to music. That's what I mean by more interested in cultural stuff, because like I'm interested in language, and that like what's more cultural than language? Like I'm not necessarily interested in like the most complex beats I can make and like acoustic properties of sound and stuff.
Is food more cultural than language?
That's a good point. Yeah. It might be even more. Well, I don't know. I actually would disagree, because I think food is a little more connected to the biological.
Like I would say language is pretty biological.
Yeah, I mean everything's biological, right? But like language seems to be a deeper level beyond the, like it's trying to make a world of meaning that's not strictly biological. But food is like a feedback loop into the biological more strictly, right? Because it's like, I need to be alive, I eat food to just be alive, but it doesn't teach you about any deeper meaning. Like eating food doesn't imply like a level of possibility, right? I mean, it does in that you're alive, that you can do that. But it's not directly related, right? As much as language is. I mean, language is like the ability to like construct metaphysical meanings about non-physical things. I mean, food doesn't really do that directly. It just keeps you alive. I don't know. Do you think that's a good argument or bad?
I think what you eat definitely has a pretty big impact on what you can think.
I agree. You're right. Because like food in your stomach, when like I've read like different bacteria in your stomach, like influences your mood.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're right. I mean, it's probably more complex, but I still would hold that language is probably more directly related. But I don't know. That's just what I'm interested in. So like, because it's mostly just because I'm not that good. Like, I think it takes. I feel like I don't want to spend the time that it takes to like get really good at understanding the properties of sound. It's just too tedious and uninteresting to me. Like, I don't know, like, I listen to some of these composers from, like, Colombia, named Eric Wubbles, and it's like, his music is so fucking complex. Acoustically, it's like, I don't want to it's like, I like it, and I would want to do that if I could, but it's like, he's so far ahead of me, it's like, I don't even want to really, and I know I shouldn't care about that, right? It's not really about who's ahead or not, but it's like, I do want to do stuff that's interesting for other people, and stuff that people haven't heard, so that there's value in my work. So I don't know, they can enjoy it. Like, if I've just made the same thing everyone else did, then it's like, I'm not giving people a new experience. So it's like, I feel like I can more quickly make something unique and good for other people if I went the cultural route, because I don't see a lot of people doing more now, because I don't see a lot of people doing like what, like, that's kind of how I see it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. What I want to do. Jesus Christ, dude.
You can just call me Travis. Seems to make sense.
So when you're trying to think about this music you're making right now, how are you thinking about it?
I'm pretty much just thinking about it in processes. Just like gonna write a drum part. That takes some time. Or gonna listen to Mike's drum part. Me and Mike at least split up between Mike's doing drums. I'm doing bass. He's doing samples, and I'm doing keys. And then he does guitar, and I'm doing saxophone.
Right. Wow, so y'all are getting into acoustic recording.
Yeah.
You're actually gonna mic your stuff, or you're using samples?
What do you mean?
When you say sax, are you recording yourself playing sax on a mic?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. Y'all have good mics and stuff? Like, damn, that's when it gets really expensive.
I think so. We've been streaming with a pretty good one.
What are you using? Zoom or something?
I can message it to you. But it's also like whatever your weakest chain is, you're gonna only hear the weakest chain. So if there's really bad cable or really bad mixer or really bad,
I know, that's what makes it so expensive, because like every component has to be, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, electronic music is expensive. They want to get into it.
Not sure what I need to do.
Also really fucking cool. Have you gotten into like FM synthesis and all that kind of stuff?
I have a small FM synthesizer.
Nice.
The Volca FM.
You know, like, frequency modulation and all that stuff, where like you use another wave to modulate another wave.
That's what FM stands for.
Yeah, but I mean, so you screw around with that like a lot?
Somewhat, I guess. I mean,
It's really cool.
I think we've only done 10 streams, so it hasn't been like too much so far.
You know how cool that is? Like, that shit, that's where it gets, I think, crazy as fuck to me. It's my mind. It's just like, and I get overwhelmed by it. Like, in my class, I'm just like, this is so deep, and like, you could spend your whole life just like making sounds so that you can make sounds. You know, it's like, I don't even. Yeah, I just don't think it's worth it for me. It's just too much to get into. But it's definitely deep. It's like, holy fuck. Definitely cool. Do you like that? Like, what do you like most about electronic music right now? Like, what do you enjoy about it the most?
It's like just playing with Mike, doing stuff. I mean, making music with Mike. It's not a. I mean, if it could be other instruments, if it could be guitar and saxophone, I'd be fine with that. I'd be opposed.
You make your own sounds? Like, have you developed your own envelopes and like made your own specific like instruments yet?
We've really pretty much just been using analog stuff. So yeah, we've been making our own envelopes, FM synths, and the FM sounds, and then there's a key.
Oh, that's so fucking deep, dude. So you're in the real shit. Nice. Dude, if you learn that, like, that's where it's like, yeah, dude, fuck. That's interesting, man. Nice. Hasn't your music mostly been about sound? Like, your music
isn't that what music is?
You haven't tended to try to be not about sound. Like, or is that not true? I guess you did do that one piece about nihilism, right?
I don't know what you mean by that, really. Because, like, what isn't all music about sound? What exactly do you mean by that?
I mean, like, I don't know. Like, my pieces are about language, and I specifically say my piece is like about the intersection between language, or like I did like a dance thing where like it's about the relation between dance and sound, and like Yeah, but aren't a lot of your pieces more like sound and are about the world of sound?
I guess I don't. It's a weird. I feel like it's a weird question, but I don't know.
I mean, what is like? How would you describe like?
Because I just think that's pretty much what music is. It is just it's sound. It's putting sound together.
I know, but your piece can try to reference things that aren't about sound. You know what I mean?
Like smells.
Yeah, anything like dance, like language. In my instance, I don't know. Like you can use sound to imply things that aren't about music. You know what I mean?
Like taste.
Yeah, you could. I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing since you're reacting this way that you don't really try to think like that.
No, I mean I don't mean to be. I don't mean to like. I don't mean to sound mocking of it. I mean to like if you wanted to portray taste, wouldn't you like get into making taste stuff, like making a flavor or something like that?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I think when I did dance. Like, if I want to do it about dance, I have to, like, get a dancer. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, like, I guess I'm really just asking, does your music, well, like, do you cross art forms? Like, that's not something that's interesting that you do, right? Or have done, or care
No,
about.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, I worked with dancers, and
sound for sound's sake.
I worked with dancers, and I worked with visualizing people,
Nice.
and
I didn't know you did that. What did you do that for?
and I've worked with poems, I guess. So
Nice. What were your poems about?
they were Schroeder's poems. So like, he got his master's in poetry.
Damn, dude, I never collaborated with him. Is he mad about that? He doesn't even care, right?
I mean, he's getting published, so I think he's just doing his own thing.
Where is he getting published at?
I don't know the names of them. He posts them on Facebook. I mean, I don't know if like I haven't really looked into the publishers, or at least his publishers, because all the poem ones are like, well, we'll get them out there, but we're gonna take the money.
Oh, right. So, like, they won't pay you. They're just kind of like, well, we're giving you exposure.
I mean, I don't know the contracts, but. Why can't I get my pieces involved in this chess game? Shogi game. Silver General. I'm just not doing it smart enough. That's the key.
Like, on your master's recital, what were your pieces about? Like, what did you do?
I didn't have a master's recital.
You didn't have a master's recital? Interesting.
No, I just had to like do so many pieces over the semesters, and then.
Like, tell me about your master's pieces.
I mean,
Want to, or you don't really care anymore?
I just wanted to make, like, it was really my first orchestra type of thing. So I just wanted to make the best orchestra piece that I could. And while still, like, not causing too many problems with an orchestra being able to read it. Like, not just going over the... Because I had to write however so much, so...
Did you like the product of your orchestra piece? Like, do you still like it?
The product.
Yeah, the recording you got. Did you like what happened?
Yeah, I think so. Nice. I don't know. It hasn't been used for any. I've had people like. I don't know. No, I don't want to say
Nice.
that.
What have you written a lot for saxophone?
Good game, Shogi. Thanks for watching Shogi, everyone. We'll be back shortly.